Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a collective reading for Sunday, January 29th. Spirit, what is it that I need to let the collective know today? Spirit, what messages do you have? Okay, so you have on the right path, deep knowing and intuitive thoughts. So this is basically reminding you that no matter how you're feeling about your current state of affairs and where you are at the current moment, this is just a reminder that you are actually walking in the correct direction. Sometimes I know it can be kind of challenging to be able to decide if we are on the right path, right? Sometimes our emotions can be misleading, especially when we're leaving things behind. We always expect that things are going to feel super yummy all the time, and that's not necessarily true. Sometimes we can be on the way to the right path, but also things can be hard. So you have a deep knowing and potentially some intuitive thoughts, like intuitive hits that are coming through, guiding you towards that next step and what it is that you should be focusing on. So if you've been having ideas pop up randomly, this is just letting you know to kind of trust those. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, look, I'm an entrepreneur, and there are a lot of things that I have done or launched in my life that didn't turn into $1 million businesses, but the act of learning it introduced me to a new friend that potentially I needed, introduced me to a skill that I then added later or use later. And I think that we live in a world where you're not really reminded that you can start something and you don't necessarily have to do it for 10 years. Sometimes if you're called to do something, what if you're called to go to a specific class, and in that class, I actually had someone say this to me recently. She said, I feel like I took that class just to meet you, and I don't know that I'm actually going to use what I learned in that class. And that happens all the time. So if you have this deep knowing about something that you've been feeling, whether that's, I really don't like this job anymore, I really don't align to this relationship anymore, I really feel like I've outgrown this city or this group of friends, that's one version of deep knowing. Another deep knowing is all of a sudden you think, I bet I could write a book. I bet I'd be really good at writing a book. Or I bet that I'd do really, really well and I'd feel really, really happy if I started taking dance lessons. So those are the types of things that I'm talking about. We just pulled the rejection is protection card. And also, I'm just going to apologize. I don't know why whenever I sit down to do these readings, that's the time that everyone around me decides to start making noise. But rejection is protection. So let's take a moment. Let's think about something that recently or over the last 6 months that you've said goodbye to. I'm getting like an 8. So 8 days, 8 months, 8 weeks, even 8 years, right? And what are we holding on to? That number 8 too is a very spiritual number. It's infinity and it's completion. What is it that we're holding on to in regards to this? Somebody doesn't have to be prepared to destroy our life for them to not be good for us. And you know, there's people in your life that when you're having a bad day, you know why you call certain people? Because you know they're going to make you feel better. They're going to remind you who you are and why you're here. And I feel like that is a really important thing to remember right now, that these people that don't support our highest evolution are going to be eliminated. And, you know, it might kind of suck. I've pulled that card a lot lately. So if you're going through that, I'm sorry. I know sometimes it can be so hard to say goodbye. And rejection is a muscle that as it happens over and over, I feel like you do get better at it. As sad as that is, I feel like as we navigate into the later portions of our life, we've learned over and over and over that the things that leave are meant to leave. And I have old friendships, old relationships, and things that when they left, oh, it hurts so bad. And then it's good now. And I'm glad that they're gone. So I'm feeling called to pull this deck. I feel like this is the abundance deck. I'm not exactly sure. I can link it down below, but I'm going to pull a card from here. What is it that you want to tell us from this deck, Spirit? What is the message? Oh, letting go is popping out. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Wow, I'm so glad that I listened to pull that, because absolutely the chaos energy when we are moving on from something can be so drowning. Rejection is protection. We are letting go. Okay, Spirit, let me know what are they on the right path towards, and in regards to what they've left behind. What has the person listening to left behind that they are now on the right path? Woo! Okay, good karma fell out. So you are on the way to reap the benefits for some things that you have done, some seeds that you have sown, some people that you have helped. You are now about to be blessed for past things that you have put out into the world. So how karma works is if we put something out long enough, that frequency begins to boomerang back to us. The opposite is also true. There's a card in this deck that is karma will be served. And it's almost like the good karma card, but reversed. And I created that card because karma will be served is potentially your past person. And I can mirror this. I know a lot of my friends can mirror this. We all have that ex or someone behind us that probably has some apologies to make to the universe for the way that they've treated us and others. Not that we want to wish harm upon anyone, but we learn our lessons, we injure people, we get injured. And I know that there have been lessons that I've learned on the way that I've treated people. And I learned my lesson. And these are just the laws. These are the laws of physics and metaphysics and the laws of energy. So what else do we need to know about being on the right path? What is it that this person listening to needs to know about being on the right path? All right, don't lose faith. So don't lose faith that you are going in the right direction. Again, this is on the right path. Don't lose faith. If you were on a desert island and you had to go across water to find another island, if you could see the island ahead of you, you wouldn't be scared. You would know, okay, I'm paddling, I'm exhausted, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I'm alone, I'm sunburned, but I can see the freaking island. And so this is calling you right now to remember, like, you're going to hit dry land. You're not going to be miserable. You're not going to be missing this. You're not going to be feeling this way forever. Even the worst wounds, even the most unimaginable things that happen to us, the wound heals, the scars form. So yes, you may be scarred. In the end, you may be scarred. And this may be something that you work towards overcoming, like depending on the severity of this situation. But make no doubt, it makes you a better healer. The more scars that you've accumulated, the more you can help other people when they get cut. And so this is just calling for you to remember, don't forget that right now, if it feels lost, this is only for a portion of you. I do get the sense that some of you are actually in a really free state right now. So there's two types of people that go through loss and trauma. Sometimes when you lose something, you feel better for a while because you're like, holy cow, that was heavy. That was heavy. I'm glad I set that down. And then there's some people that they're saying goodbye to something that they don't really want to let go of because they've asked for something that person can't come with. Anything else that the person listening to needs to know about not losing faith? Whoa. Okay, so the Divine Feminine card flipped. So that's telling me the overall energy of this is receiving. Hold on just one second. We got a whole stack. So whenever I get in this deck of cards, whenever a full stack comes out, this deck of cards is designed to be almost like a story. So I do, when that happens, read them in order that I pick them up because it almost is like telling a story about what the person we're reading for is experiencing. So prosperity begins. Congratulations, your receptivity entering into this divine feminine place is leading you into the prosperity that you know that you deserve. And sometimes you think that you're prosperous, but you have no idea what's coming. And that's where this letting go and on the right path. Keep walking forward. The chaos card is in reverse. I don't usually read reverse cards just because I think that can get confusing. Sometimes you pull it out and you're not really sure, but this is distinctly upside down. So we're going to put this in the pile of, we're walking away from this. This is being reversed. Chaos energy. You guys, chaos came upside down. That means that we are exiting. We are being repelled, like shot out like a Nerf gun. And also, guess what else? Wolf in sheep's clothing, upside down, snake in the grass. That means we're moving away from someone that was yucky. The chaos energy is tied to this person. So we're moving into that receptive energy and moving somewhere new. And we are actually stepping away from the desire to have this experience any longer. Fear and anxiety, upside down. We are walking away from the mental and emotional chokeholds that have been put on us. This is mirroring a chaotic childhood. Or a memory in childhood. Maybe your parents were okay, but maybe you have a memory in childhood that really, really made you think you don't deserve the love that you do. And I can mirror that too, and I send you love if that's your story, because those can be some really, besides like religious ties and shame, sometimes those experiences that happen to us as adolescents really form our beliefs about ourselves. And upside down, if it's fragile, let it break. So if something is fragile and it wants to fall apart, we're letting it shatter. Okay. This is a reminder. I love this, love this card. So this is basically saying, like, if something seems hard to hold on to, it's slipping out of your hands, almost like soap. Let it go. Let it drop. Let it hit the ground. And so because it's upside down, that's letting me know that you're done fixing things. You're done. Like, I'm done with chaos energy. I'm done with fear and anxiety. I'm done with people that wish me harm, that pretend to be something that they're not. And I'm certainly done fixing things. I always say this card, like, don't fix things you didn't break. You know, are you always the person that's calling people, apologizing when you didn't do anything wrong? Not that, you know, none of us are perfect, of course. And make no mistake, we want to apologize when we injure someone or when we hurt them, but we don't need to apologize for someone else's actions. If someone breaks up with us and causes massive amounts of trauma to us and our lives and our emotional body, and we're mad at them, and then we speak out of spite or out of anger or out of fear, if that person says, wow, what you just said really hurt me. Like, why are you speaking to me like that? You say, you know, I'm sorry that I'm hurting you. I'm sorry. I don't intend to hurt you, but I don't forgive you. Like, this hurts. This has hurt me. You've hurt me. Okay. So since this seems like a relationship card, let's do some from the Messages of Love Oracle. Spirit, this person that they left behind, can we understand a little bit about that? This person that our client left behind, or the situation our client left behind. So this says second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. And the attraction you feel is mutual for chemistry. So what this is telling me is that there may be a container for some of you, this is not for all of you, in which you will give it a second chance, either to learn more lessons and wrap this up. When you feel emotionally and mentally ready to revisit it, you may revisit this situation. But what the energy that you're in right now is this upside down energy. You're flipping it. You're saying, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm moving on. And sometimes that does heal old partnerships. Sometimes the person's not necessarily bad. It's just the cord between you. And, you know, there's both of the people in this story, they definitely are aligned to each other and they really feel for each other. And it's almost like you've both been set free. Like you're like a balloon going off into the sky. Like I'm getting like that image of the balloon, right? You are floating. You are free. You're no longer like being pulled down like you've been wanting to fly, like you're allowed to fly. There's movement now. And Spirit, can you tell me more about this? So sometimes we can pivot the relationship too, right? Is it better as a friendship? Is it better as a work relationship? Is it better with some boundaries, right? Taking this time to understand, like, what boundaries need to be set so that you can feel comfortable here. And then let's talk with one more from the Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine. What does the person in the story want to say to the listener? Woo! I am in a committed relationship and I don't want to let you go. Wow, that adds a layer of complexity, right? So who are they in a committed relationship with? Spirit, tell me more about the committed relationship that this person is in. You know, relationships don't always have to be to people. So time to celebrate, let it go, turns to gold, and wealthy. Okay, so they're in a relationship with financial things. Right? Time to celebrate. So they may feel like they're on the brink of some new shift. And I just saw a burst of light confirming that. They feel like they have to let you go at this time, or they feel like that is the energy of why it keeps being let go. Like something with their prosperity or their money or where they're headed turns to gold and wealthy. So that could be for you. Like, they're in a committed relationship with the divine. They're in a committed relationship with themselves. They're in a committed relationship to the growth and where they're at in this future self. But one or both of you is in a phase where, I mean, you literally could be ejected so you can get to this wealth. Spirit, this is still a little unclear. Can you give me a little more information about them being in a committed relationship, but also wanting a second chance? Spirit, what else would you like me to know about this person being in a committed relationship? Maybe there is someone else. Maybe that's part of it. Set clear intentions. So it's asking you to be more clear about what you want. I also wonder if this committed relationship is like a future set situation for them. Like there is something that they need to do. Yeah, I'm feeling like that might be it. There's something that they need to do with the person. It could be a business partner. It doesn't necessarily have to be something romantic. And Spirit, is this romantic? I'm going to put the money cards back in and the setting clear intentions. Can you tell me if this is about money or a person, Spirit? What is this about? Graduated and leveling up, materialistic. Okay, so this is definitely my money card. So that's telling me that it's probably more to do with their work and their financial stability than an actual person. And attachment, codependency, and addictions. They're stuck on you. That's part of that attachment and codependency. They're in some way addicted to you, and that's where that chemistry comes. You guys are at a break right now to work on that, whether it's you or them or both. These unhealthy ties, the snake in the grass energy, the chaos energy, that comes when two people aren't communicating with light, with light language. Everything happens for a reason is upside down. Like this is happening for a reason. And you have your unrequited love card. What are they committing to? What are they pouring into that's not pouring back into them? I don't get that they don't. I mean, it's probably not that they don't love you, like, because we got the second chance and the chemistry and I don't want to let you go, right? So the energy is definitely of that, of like a divine counterpart. Yeah, they're involved in something, or we're involved in something that is not pouring into them. Spirit, can you tell me anything else about this person being in a committed relationship? Do not worry. This is your twin flame, divine union connection. It's still out there. So this is asking you, regardless of everything that is underneath my hand that we just visited, Spirit is now asking me to remind you, try not to get too wrapped up in some of the things that have just been said. And do not worry. Your twin flame, your divine union, it's still out there. That union that you seek is still out there. It's still coming. Let's talk to the future person that this person is going to be with and ask them a message. The future person of the future romantic partner of the listener, what is it that the divine union twin flame would like to tell them? Anything that their divine union and twin flame would like to tell them at this time to help them, like these three. Abundance, you've done all the work. Abundance will flow to you now. Interference, an external party is intruding on this relationship. There it is. So this committed relationship card, there's someone in this person's life that until this person is gone, you can't have the love relationship you want anyways. So the relationship with this man or woman would be not healthy and it wouldn't feel good until the other person is removed. And therefore that tells me that's where that second chance is coming in, right? Like we talked about having a second chance. Don't lose faith, right? You're on the right path. That might be what this is. This person needs to go work out their shit and get rid of these people. And they are, they're codependently tied to some of these people. So they're having a hard time recognizing, like, just because someone's been in your life for a long time, even if it's a family member, bye. Like if people get unhealthy and you set boundaries and you consistently feel bad, bye. Protected. You are safe and you're divinely guided. So this future energy, this future love container that you are naturally walking towards, this relationship's being protected. You're being protected. I just glanced up and I actually have my romance deck like sitting up here and the reconciliation card is sitting on the top. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So that's telling me that, yes, this is in fact potentially someone that you already know, whether it's in this lifetime or another. I'm feeling like this is someone that you already know. You'll know when to feel when it's time to give them a second chance. That brings us back to this deep knowing, right? This deep knowing that you had at the beginning. We pulled that one earlier. You're graduating, you're leveling up, you're going to a new level. You're now in a divine, feminine, receptive state. Let this person figure their shit out. Where's the if it's fragile card? Can't find it. I can't find it. I don't know where it is, but rejection is protection. Okay. If it's fragile, here it is. If it's fragile, let it break. Let that shit shatter. And now what I would like to do is let's do a prayer for you. Holy cow, did you guys hear that banging? Let's do a prayer for you, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath. I'm going to cleanse this energy. So you're going to choose, God, universe, spirit, whatever it is that you resonate with. I want you to breathe in. We're asking to be released of this energy. I call upon divine light, the most pure form of divine light, love, and healing. And I ask for the energy of this karmic situation to be cleansed and cleared from the person listening. We ask for them to be gently, easily put on a new path that feels yummy and delicious. Breathe in. Feel in your body anywhere that you feel anxiety or stress. Breathe in and say this with me. I call in my highest romantic divine counterpart. I ask for any and all blocks to divine union to be removed at this time. I ask to be guided to this person that I am walking towards, whether that is an old person or a new person. I ask for new energy, loving energy. I ask for a divine romantic partnership that fits me perfectly. I let go of any old manifestations that no longer serve me, and I'm ready to move into a new path. And so it is. Say that out loud with me now, guys. And so it is. For the highest good of all involved, and to the harm of none, or something better. Thank you, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.